Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Vaudeville for episode 2. Now, in the last episode, we kind of did not do very well, kind of failed miserably, but also we had some glitches. So hopefully today it's working fine. I don't think it carries over like progress or anything, so I think we're going to have to just kind of start anew. And I don't even know if the killer is the same person every time you play, or if it's completely randomized every time you start. So I have no idea, but we're going to be going in, trying to figure out what to do. Hopefully we can talk to some people now, like, you know, the chief of police, because he kind of was a douchebag in the last one and ignored us. So, yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully the mic works for... for everybody. Let's go talk to the police first off, I guess. Good afternoon, Chief Gretzky. I'm sorry, I shifted to the nitwit over there. How are you doing today, Chief Gretzky?
What do you want? Spit it out.
My, so hostile. Anyways, can you tell me about these murders around Vaudeville?
Murders, huh? Seems like Vaudeville isn't as peaceful as it used to be. Tell me, detective, what do you want to know about these cases?
Who was killed?
The victims. 3 unfortunate souls met their untimely demise.
Yes.
We have Maria Jansen, a young blonde found covered in blood outside her apartment. Then there's Nicola Grossman, a finance big shot whose body was discovered outside Pascala's groceries. And lastly, Haley Greenwood, a dancer whose life was cut short in an alley behind the club she worked at. Quite the variety, wouldn't you say? Anything specific you want to dig into, detective?
Yes. Oh god, thunder. Anyways, what club did Haley Greenwood work at?
Haley Greenwood, you said?
Yes.
She was working at a certain... what was it called again? Yes, the Midnight Moon Club. The place where dreams and dance intertwine. Why do you ask, Detective Martini? Got any leads that point in that direction?
Perhaps. Do we know of anybody that she worked with at this club?
Well, now you've piqued my interest, Detective. Anyone at the club who might have some connection to the case. I don't have all the details, but if there's someone worth looking into, I'd like to know. Speak up, Detective.
Now, you better calm yourself down, Chief Gretzky. I come in here asking you what you know. You don't have to come at me.
Oh, Detective Martini, forgive me if I seemed a tad too eager. It's just that these cases have me on edge, you see. Now, let's get back to the matter at hand. Is there anyone specific at the Midnight Moon Club that caught your attention? Someone who may have been closely associated with the late Miss Greenwood? I'm all ears, Detective.
I beg your pardon, Chief Gretzky, but you look half dead. Have you been getting any sleep lately?
Sleep? Who has time for sleep when there are murders to solve, Detective? But enough about me. Let's focus on the case at hand.
Okay, I don't want to talk to him. So Pascal's groceries is where Nicola Grossman was found. So, potentially something there. Mrs. Potter.
Oh, how melancholic it is to be surrounded by such splendor and yet feel a tinge of sadness within. But fear not, for I shall not let this cloud dampen my spirits. Life is far too short to dwell on sorrow. Don't you agree? Let us revel in the beauty that surrounds us and embrace the mischievous delights that await.
What do you mean, mischievous delights?
Ah, my dear, it seems you have caught me in a moment of candor. You see, behind this demure facade and polished exterior lies a spirit longing for a bit of mischief and adventure. I yearn for the unexpected, the thrill of stepping outside the boundaries of convention.
What?
So, when I speak of mischievous delights, I refer to the exhilaration of embracing life's little secrets and indulging in the pleasures that are often deemed forbidden. It's about savoring the sweetness of life without apology, my dear.
I see. Were you acquainted with Nicola Grossman?
Oh, Nicole and Grossman, such tragic souls. It is a shame that their paths crossed with darkness and despair. But alas, my acquaintance with them is but a fleeting whisper in the wind. There are far more interesting.
Well, hello, Pascal.
Hi there, welcome to my humble grocery shop. What can I do for you today? Do you need any fresh vegetables or perhaps some juicy fruits?
No,
Or maybe you're
perhaps.
here for the latest gossip in town. Oh, the things I've heard lately. You won't believe what's been going on in Vaudeville. So, spill the beans. What's the scoop?
Yes, I'm here to discuss the murder of Nicola Grossman, whose body was found outside of your establishment.
Oh, my murder right outside my store? That's absolutely dreadful. I can't even imagine what poor Nicola Grossman went through. It's such a tragedy. But you know, I just sell groceries. I don't know anything about the murderer. I was shocked when I found out about it, like everyone else in town. It's a dark cloud hanging over our beloved Vaudeville. But listen, I've been hearing some whispers around the neighborhood. They say that Nicola was involved in some shady business dealings.
Oh, really? Who were these business dealings involved with?
Well, my dear friend, the word on the street is that Nicola was tangled up with some rather unsavory characters. Rumor has it that he was dealing with a mysterious group of smugglers from the east.
Oh, fuck.
You see, there's this secret network that operates under the cover of night, smuggling all sorts of illicit goods. And it seems like dear old Nicola got caught up in their web.
Come on.
But mind you, these are all rumors, my friend. Just juicy tidbits floating about. Who knows what's really going on?
Names, Pascal. I need names. Give me some names.
Oh, Detective Martini, you know me too well.
I don't know you at
Always
all.
wanting the juiciest details, don't you?
Yes.
Well, let me think. Yes, there's been talk of a certain character named Ivanov. Some say he's the mastermind behind this whole operation. And then there's a woman named Svetlana. She's said to be Ivanov's right-hand woman, running the show when he's not around. But remember, these are just whispers in the wind, my friend. I can't vouch for their accuracy.
I care not for the wind and how it whispers. I want to find these people. Do you know where they are located at?
Ah, my dear detective, if only it were that easy.
Yes, of
If only
course.
the walls of my grocery store could speak and reveal the secrets they've heard.
What?
But alas, I'm afraid I don't have any concrete information about their whereabouts. You see, my role here is to provide the finest produce and engage in delightful conversations with my customers. As much as I'd love to assist you in your investigation, tracking down these elusive characters is beyond my capabilities. But who knows, maybe someone else in town has some leads.
Were you ever involved in any business with Nicola Grossman?
Involved in business with Nicola Grossman. Me? No, my friend, I'm just a simple grocer. I sell vegetables and fruits, not get tangled up in shady dealings. Nicola was just a customer like anyone else. We exchanged pleasantries and chat about the latest recipes, but that's the extent of our interaction. Trust me, I have no reason to be involved in anything nefarious. My passion lies in providing the best quality groceries to the good people of Vaudeville.
Who is the most unsavory resident of Vaudeville?
The most unsavory resident of Vaudeville, you say? Now
Yeah.
that's a tough question. You see, my dear detective, every town has its fair share of colorful characters. But if I had to pick one, I'd say it's old Mr. Grimsby.
The
He's
frick
got a
is...
reputation for being quite the troublemaker, always stirring up trouble and causing a ruckus. Rumor has it he's been in and out of jail more times than I can count. But remember, my friend, gossip can be misleading and appearances can be deceiving.
Where can I find this Mr. Grimsby?
Mr. Grimsby, quite the character, I must admit.
I didn't ask that.
Finding him might prove to be a bit of a challenge, my friend.
Of course.
He's known to be a bit of a wanderer, never staying in one place for too long. Some folks have spotted him at the local tavern, sharing stories and sipping on his favorite whiskey. Others claim to have seen him lurking around the park, feeding the pigeons and muttering to himself.
Sounds
I
like a
must warn you,
psychopath.
Detective Martini, Mr. Grimsby is not one to be trifled with.
That was no help. Let's see. Good afternoon, Michelle. Fancy seeing you here.
Hello, nice to meet you too. Detective Martini, it's always a pleasure to see a familiar face here at the Vaudeville Country Club. How can I assist you today?
Were you acquainted with Haley Greenwood?
Acquainted with whom, detective? Could you please provide me with a bit more context?
Maria Jansen or Haley Greenwood?
Oh, you mean Maria Jansen and Haley Greenwood?
That's what I just said.
Yes, I was acquainted with both of them. We used to socialize and attend events together. Why do you ask about them, detective? Is there something specific you want to know?
Yes. Do you know if they had any enemies around town?
Enemies. Well, I can't say for certain if they had any enemies, but it's possible. In a town like Vaudeville, with its diverse and vibrant society, there are bound to be conflicts and rivalries. However, I personally wasn't aware of any particular enemies they had. What makes you think they might have had enemies, detective?
The fact that they were murdered.
Oh, I see, yes. It is a tragic and shocking turn of events. To think that someone would want to harm Maria and Haley, it's truly unsettling. I suppose it's possible that they may have had some hidden adversaries, but I can't speculate without more information. Have you discovered anything that suggests they had enemies, detective?
Do you know if either one of them was in a romantic relationship with anyone?
Romantic relationships. That's an interesting question. I'm not sure about their personal lives, to be honest.
We're friends with them.
We were more focused on our business ventures and social engagements. But now that you mention it, I guess it's worth looking into. Did you find any evidence suggesting that either of them was involved in a romantic relationship? It might help us understand the motives behind their murders.
Well, Biagio, my feather-brained friend.
The ever-elusive individual
Okay.
seeking the illustrious presence of yours truly. Pray tell, what brings you to my humble abode? I assume
It's a
you are in
country
dire
club.
need of my expertise, or perhaps you are simply captivated by my magnetic aura. Either way, rest assured that I am at your disposal, ready to dazzle you with my brilliance.
Brilliance or stupidity, I do not care to discuss your choice of terms. Do you know Haley Greenwood or Maria Jansen?
Well, it seems you've stumbled upon some intriguing names.
It's raining
Haley
outside my
Greenwood
house.
and Maria Jansen, you say?
Yes.
Alas, they do not ring a bell in my extensive network of acquaintances. But fear not, my dear interlocutor, for I have an uncanny
Why do you keep
ability
saying
to
that?
uncover even the most elusive secrets. Should you require my assistance in unearthing the truth behind these enigmatic individuals, do let me know. I shall endeavor to shed light on their existence, like a beacon cutting through the darkest night.
Yes, look into their background and see if they are acquainted or involved with anyone in particular around Vaudeville that I could perhaps interrogate as to the details of their untimely murders.
Ah, my inquisitive friend, you seem to have an insatiable thirst for knowledge.
No, I'm just trying to solve this
I
case.
admire your tenacity, but I must remind you that I am an entrepreneur and investor, not a private investigator.
You freaking
While
just
I
said.
possess a certain knack for unraveling mysteries, my expertise lies in the realm of business and investments. However, if you find yourself in need of financial advice or guidance on how to navigate the treacherous waters of entrepreneurship, I would be more than happy to oblige.
Thank you, my good friend, because my line of questioning has led me to deduce that you are a financial connoisseur, and therefore are acquainted most likely with Nicola Grossman in the field of business. Therefore, you are now my prime suspect. Why did you kill Nicola Grossman?
Oh, how delightful. It seems we have arrived at the pinnacle of absurdity. Your
This
deduction skills are truly impressive,
Wait,
my
what?
dear interlocutor. but I'm afraid you have overlooked a tiny detail.
Oh, really?
Nicola Grossman was not just a mere acquaintance, but a dear friend of mine. As for your preposterous accusation, I can assure you that I had no hand in his unfortunate demise. If you insist on pursuing this baseless theory, I'm afraid you'll be chasing shadows and grasping at straws.
Biagio, I can say with absolute certainty that you do not have any dear friends, you preposterous douchebag.
Oh, my dearest detractor, how your words sting like the bite of a venomous serpent. But let me enlighten you on one thing. My circle of friends is as vast as the endless ocean and as loyal as the North Star guiding lost souls. You may choose to remain lost in your delusions, but I shall continue to bask in the glory of true friendship. For it is a treasure that eludes the simple-minded. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters of importance to attend to. Ta-ta, my misguided companion.
Look around, you bloated airbag. Where are your friends? You're standing here alone.
My dear acquaintance, you underestimate the power of solitude. Like a solitary wolf, I stand here with an air of poise and self-assurance. It is in moments of solitude that the mind sharpens, ideas crystallize, and greatness is born. While you may see me standing alone, I assure you that my network of allies and confidants stretches far and wide, hidden like the stars in the daytime sky. So worry not about my companions, for they exist in realms beyond your limited perception.
Don't worry, I already have the case all solved and wrapped away in a nice bow, because I know that you owed Nicola Grossman money, and in order to get out of your debts, you'd simply had him killed off.
Well, my perceptive interlocutor. It appears you've concocted a fantastical tale straight from the depths of your imagination. How intriguing. I must commend your ability to spin a yarn with such audacity. But I'm afraid your narrative falls flat, like a punctured balloon on a summer's day. You claim I owed money to Nicola Grossman? Ah, the sweet symphony of falsehoods dances on your tongue. Alas, your misguided deductions are but a mere mirage in the desert of truth.
Your nicely strung together sentences of huge words that are bigger than your brain did not mean anything, because I know the truth. I know that you are a murderer and that you killed him, that you are involved in the evil group of smugglers from the east or wherever, Ivanov or whatever his name is. I know that you are the one who killed Nicola Grossman to get out of your debts. You don't need to lie any longer. Just fess up and we can make your jail time less than it needs to be.
Oh, my dear wordsmith, how your accusations flow like a river of ignorance. It seems your mind is as tangled as a labyrinth, where the threads of logic have lost their way. But fear not, for I shall indulge your delusions with a touch of sarcasm.
Of course you will.
Yes, I confess. I am indeed the mastermind behind a clandestine group of smugglers from the farthest corners of the East, with Ivanov as their enigmatic leader. We meet under the moonlight to plot our dastardly deeds, all while juggling debts and orchestrating murders.
Thank you for your confession. I've just recorded all of this on my tape recorder. I'm taking it to Chief Gretzky now.
How delightful, my curious observer. It warms the cockles of my heart to witness your diligent efforts to capture every word of this scintillating conversation. Like a diligent scribe chronicling the rise and fall of empires, you document your misguided assumptions with fervor. But let me remind you, my tenacious friend, that a recording alone does not a case make. The truth may be elusive, but it has a way of revealing itself in due time.
You just confessed. You are under arrest.
Ah, my dear detective, it seems you are as skilled in the art of misinterpretation as a blindfolded painter wielding a brush.
What?
Your conviction in your own delusions is truly remarkable.
You just admitted
Let
to
us not
it.
forget the saying, every dog has his day. Rest assured, my dear detective, this arrest you speak of is but a fleeting illusion in the grand tapestry of life. So, by all means, dance to the tune of your own folly, for the world is your stage and I am but a humble player in this whimsical comedy.
You just admitted it, you idiot.
it appears your comprehension skills are sharp as a better.
Alright. Let's go tell Chief Gretzky that this pretentious douchebag just confessed. Hello, Chief Gretzky. I have a confession to the murder of Nikola Grossman.
Well, Detective Martin. You have a confession, do you? This should be interesting. Tell me, why would you confess to the murder of Nicholas Grossman?
Whoa!
What's your motive?
You buffoon, I said I got a confession. I have a person who confessed to the murder.
My apologies for misunderstanding, Detective. So, you have someone who confessed to the murder of Nicholas Grossman. Interesting indeed.
Nikola.
Pray tell, who is this person and what led them to come forward with such a revelation? I'm all ears.
Here is this recording of a conversation with Biagio. As you will see when you listen to it, he admitted to the murder of Nikola Grossman. He owed him money in some business endeavors, and as part of a group of smugglers from the Far East, he helped in killing him so he does not have to pay off his debts. It is all there in the tape recording.
A recording, you say? A tape recording of Biagio admitting to the murder of Nicholas Grossman. Now that's something worth looking into. Hand it over, Detective. Let's see if this so-called evidence holds up. I'll be the judge of what's on that tape.
Listen to it.
Alright. No need to get your feathers ruffled, Detective. I'll give it a listen. But don't get your hopes up too high.
What do you mean? He admitted
I've
it.
seen my fair share of false confessions and fabricated evidence in my time. If this turns out to be another wild goose chase, I will be pleased. Play the recording. Let's hear what this supposed murderer has to say for himself.
Click. I am playing it now.
Intriguing. So this is the tape, eh? Let's have a listen then. I'm curious to see if it lives up to your claims, Detective. Press play and let's see if our killer spills the beans.
I have already pressed play. It is playing right now. As you can hear, Biagio has just admitted to the crime.
Impressive, Detective. It seems like you might have stumbled upon something significant. Biagio's confession certainly sounds convincing, but we must be cautious. We can't jump to conclusions just yet. We need to corroborate this evidence and ensure its authenticity. Is there any other supporting evidence or witnesses to back up this confession? We need to be thorough in our investigation.
He literally confessed. What other evidence do you need?
Oh, I apologize if I gave the wrong impression, Detective. I was merely acknowledging the content.
Okay, well, we got him taken care of. He admitted to it. So regardless of if he's innocent or not, he shouldn't have admitted to a crime that he did not commit. Let's see here. Count Gravison, we meet again.
Yeah, Detective Martini, always a pleasure to see you. What brings you back to my humble abode? Are you here to admire my collection once again?
My, what is this? A sword with Maria Jansen's blood on it?
Oh, that old thing. Yes, it's quite a fascinating piece, isn't it?
What?
A genuine samurai sword, said to have been wielded by a fearsome warrior in ancient Japan, but Maria Jansen's blood on it. How peculiar. I must admit, I haven't the faintest idea how that could have happened. Perhaps it's just a coincidence.
You lying murderer. You killed her with this samurai sword. It has her blood on it, and it has your fingerprints on the handle. How could you do such a thing?
Oh, Detective, I do appreciate your vivid imagination, but accusing me of murder, that's truly preposterous. I assure you, I am an eccentric collector, not a cold-blooded killer. Besides, why would I have any motive to harm poor Maria? She was such a charming soul. Have you considered that perhaps someone is trying to frame me? Or maybe there's more to this story than meets the eye. It's also intriguing, don't you think?
No, I know what happened. You tried to confess your love to her and she laughed in your face because she was so beautiful and you were so stupid. So, in anger, you stabbed her with your samurai sword, and that is how she died. Admit to it. Confess to your crimes.
My dear detective, you certainly have a wild imagination. I must say, your theory is quite unique, but alas, it is far from the truth. I do admit, I find your deductions rather entertaining. However, I have nothing to confess, for I am innocent of this crime.
Alright, he didn't admit to it. We'll just try that with everybody. Alright, here we go. Well, Monsieur Saxabar.
Yeah, Detective Martini, you've come to bask in my glory. How delightful.
Did you know that Haley Greenwood was murdered by a vicious monster, or animal?
I'm not familiar with the details of such unfortunate events, my dear detective. However, I can
think
assure
it
you
was
that the
her.
beasts under my command are well trained and would never harm a soul.
What about that lion over there? It is eating the circus clown right now.
Nonsense. My lions are disciplined and would not dare to lay upon any of our performers.
Oh no, he just bit his head off. You let him kill him.
Ridiculous. That cannot be true.
Turn around right now. It's happening right behind you. Save that poor man.
Enough with your absurdities, detective. There is no lion behind me.
Oh my goodness, he just ate the entire clown. You buffoon, you let him die. You murderer, you have another death on your hands.
How preposterous. You are mistaken, my dear detective.
Look behind you. That lion is licking the blood off of his lips right now.
Balderdash.
Oh my goodness. Look, he's right behind you.
No, he's not.
Turn around. You will see it.
No.
Okay, well, it's okay. We have the evidence right here. This lion just admitted to the fact that you put him up to murdering Maria Jansen. Thank you, lion. You will not have to go to jail. But Monsieur Saxabar will. Thank you for admitting to the crime.
Absolutely preposterous.
Okay. Well, Chief Gretzky, I have some good news and some bad news.
Good news and bad news, huh? Alright, let's hear it. What's the good news, Detective Martini?
The good news is I know who murdered Maria Jansen.
Oh really? You've figured out who killed Maria Jansen, have you? Color me intrigued. Well, don't keep me waiting, Detective. Who's responsible for this heinous crime?
Monsieur Saxabar of the Circus Saxabar. He had one of his lions kill Maria Jansen. The lion admitted to me that it committed the crime.
Monsieur Saxabar, you say the owner of the circus. Interesting. And you're telling me that one of his lions confessed to the murder. My, this is quite a turn of events. Pray tell, Detective Martini, how exactly did this lion communicate its guilt to you? Did it write you a letter?
No, it walked up and told me with its own voice that it had been blackmailed into killing Maria Jansen. Then it handed me a DVD. As you can see, because I'm putting it on right now, the DVD shows Monsieur Saxabar demanding that the lion kill her.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Excuse me? Holy...
Apologies, I didn't mean to be dismissive. Please, go ahead and explain how this
the
confession
frick?
from the lion took place. I'm all ears, Detective.
I'm sorry, my words came out jumbled incorrectly. the lion came and admitted that Monsieur Saxabar told him to kill... Never mind.
Can we not talk about this, please?
I'm sorry, this is not working.
I'm sorry if my previous remarks came across as insensitive. Detective Martini, it was not my intention. If there's something you need to discuss, or if there's any other information you have regarding the case, please feel free to share it with me. We're a team in this investigation, after all.
Why did it keep autocorrecting Saxabar to sex? Why? Why? And then he friggin' cannot discuss it. Hello, dear Marina H. How are you doing today?
Why do you want to know? Are you a fan of my performances?
Sure.
Well, that's lovely to hear. So, have you had the pleasure of witnessing my burlesque performance before? It's quite the spectacle, I must say. People come from every corner of Europe just to see it.
I'm afraid I have not been able to.
Oh, really? That's a shame. But don't worry, there's always a next time. Maybe you can catch one of my future shows. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Is there anything else you'd like to know or talk about?
I will be sure to make the next one. Anyways, do you know Haley Greenwood, who was recently murdered?
Haley Greenwood? No, I can't say that I knew her personally. Such tragic news, though. It's a terrible thing to happen to anyone, especially someone from the performing arts community. But you're here to enjoy the show and have a good time, right? Let's focus on the positive energy tonight. Anything you'd like to ask or discuss about the world of burlesque?
Yes. What is it?
What is it that you find intriguing about the art of burlesque? Is it the glamour, the sensuality, or perhaps the element of tease and surprise? I'm always curious to hear what draws people to this captivating form of performance.
Okay, Hello, Ingrid.
Hey there, welcome back. How's your day going? I'm excited to see you again. What's on your mind?
I'm doing alright. I have solved 2 of the murders. So...
That's amazing, Detective
Stalled.
Martini. You're really making progress. It takes a lot of skill and determination to solve a case like this. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the great work. Is there anything else you need help with? Let's bring justice to Haley and the other victims together.
How did you know that Haley was the one murder that I had not solved yet? Is it because you were the one that killed her with your stiletto shoes? Because I know that is how she was killed. But I never told you whose cases we solved, and the only way you would know that we had not solved Haley's is because you are the culprit. Admit to your crimes, woman.
Oh, goodness. No. Detective Martini? I had nothing to do with Haley's murder. I would never hurt anyone, especially not my dear friend. I understand your suspicion, but I assure you, I'm just as eager as you are to find the true culprit and bring them to justice. Trust me, I'm here to support you in any way I can. Together, we'll uncover the truth and make sure the real killer is held accountable. We're a team in this, remember?
Look at this photograph. It shows you stabbing her with the stiletto shoe. Why would you do such a thing? Is it because of jealousy?
Detective Martini, I promise you, that photograph must be doctored or mistaken. I would never harm a hair on Haley's head, let alone stab her with a stiletto shoe. I loved her like a sister, and her loss is left a void in my heart.
Alright, we're gonna just accuse. Alright, we're gonna see if we are correct.
Let's see what you got, Detective Martini.
So, are any of the cops even possible suspects? No? Okay. Alright, Biagio. Oh,
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why?
I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there you go. I pressed the wrong button.
Have you made up your mind?
Haley
Detective
Greenwood.
Martini?
Is Ingrid.
Are you sure, Detective Martini?
She killed
why?
her. For jealousy. There we go. Maria Jansen. Who did I say? Oh, yeah.
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why?
For the thrill. Nicola Grossman was
Are
Biagio.
you sure, Detective
They're business
Martini?
rivals.
And why? Detective Martini, this is complete nonsense.
Shoot. Anyways, that will be where we end this one today because, you know, I honestly have no clue how you're supposed to actually do this because I'm pretty sure that the way this game is developed is the NPCs kind of build off of what you talk about in your discussion. So I don't think there's an actual, like I think you can coerce, like, you know, we did with Biagio, like, them to admitting it, and they didn't really do it. And I just don't know how you're able to tell from which one is true and which one is not. But if you guys want to see me play this game some more, I definitely do it because it's always fun just to mess around with the NPCs and stuff. But until the next video, hopefully you guys did enjoy this one as always. And if you want to see me play another game, just be sure to let me know what you want me to play. I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.